Or my frustration for the fans. Anything for content. They love our show so much. Shit. I can't turn it off. I've never turned it off. I'm like, turn off. I'm pressing buttons. Nothing's happening.
So there's two buttons that you have to press.
Yes.
You press the power button and I think the
Right.
volume, right?
Yeah.
Hold.
Oh.
Swipe. I love you.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for coffee.
Coffee and conversation.
I would have swore I done did that, but I didn't, I guess. I thought I done did. It's cute and all in silver. It's my
It's
iPod.
so cute. I love it. I love it. Well, I had to be told how to turn the newer generations off too, because I was power button. It's not coming off. What's happening?
You said it right there. New generations. There you go. As this will air, it will be a week before my birthday.
Ooh, so exciting.
It's coming fast.
So do you have plans?
Yeah. Well, no, that's partially a lie. So folks, my birthday's May 10th. Guess what? That's coming up. May 10th. I'll be 55. And so that after for lunch, my mom, my aunt Cynthia, and a friend of theirs, who we get to know, are taking me to the warehouse on the Marina Del Rey, which I love. Marina Del
Nice.
Rey. It should be a beautiful day, hopefully. On the marina, folks, it's like not far from my house. On the marina, I see the planes taking off and the canals and everything. I love the warehouse. It's a great restaurant. And that night, my sister was taking me out. They used to take me out for my birthday at night. So they're gathering some folks. Flobo might be included of that, our former guest here, in that grouping. Because I used to go out of town for my birthday, but the last 4 or 5 birthdays, I said, nope, not doing it this year because I've had bad luck. So I'm going to stay in LA, planted here.
With family and friends.
Family and friends.
No mean hotel, no mean hotel managers.
No things getting canceled, no trains getting canceled, none of that stuff. But this year, it's James is going to stay home, keep his old ass at home, and to celebrate here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. And then Saturday, I don't have a Saturday, and because then Sunday's Mother's Day. So we take my mother out to her favorite place. It's called Country Touch Cafe. It's in Torrance, which is south of where I live. For folks that she knows where it is, but for folks at home know where it is. It's across from the giant Chevron oil fields.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever been that far down, but if you drive like Hawthorne or Crenshaw, any of those to Torrance, going like to the south, like heavy South Bay, there's these giant refineries. It's Chevron. Chevron's all up and through down there. So I don't know if you've ever done that, Listen.
No, I haven't toured. I know that they're there. It's so funny you ask me that because there's so much that we can do in LA and see. And most of us who have lived here our whole lives, like myself, don't get out that much. Like we don't go exploring in our backyard. We're always wanting to, reach out further. And there's a lot going on in Los Angeles, the greater Los Angeles area.
It's funny, when I worked in the Valley, oh my God, like totally. When I was there for 5 years at West TV, a lot of my friends live in the Valley, like you do, live in the Valley. So they just know the Valley, which is big. I mean, the Valley ain't small either. I mean, the Valley is huge. Or just over the hill.
Right.
So coming into LA, they know Hollywood, Beverly Hills. They know that. Maybe even West Hollywood for the gays. But that's it. They don't know nothing else. They don't know Koreatown. They don't know Pomona. They don't know Whittier. Like I'll go because I had a radio show at Whittier. Like, where's Whittier? Like, what's that? What's a Whittier? They may know Inglewood because it's been, it's famously talked about. They've never been. A lot of my friends, I was their first time coming to Inglewood. They don't I said, you don't go to the airport? A lot of folks fly out of Burbank.
Yes. Yours truly included. But I get excited when I fly out of LA because there's a reason for it. So it means that we're going to a destination that's either out of country or because if we're not, I get like angry that I have to go to LAX to fly out to like Seattle or something because like why?
Well, I gotta do it. No,
but it's right in your neighborhood. For us, it's like a 45-minute drive. Sometimes it's not a pleasant drive, depending on when you're flying. Very trafficy. And it's huge. It's just huge, airport. And Burbank is so small and quaint. And they've got Guy Fieri's hamburgers and French fries now. And they got a pretty good bar.
Very
For
important.
those of us who are nervous flyers, you just have a cocktail before the flight.
No, I'll give you points on that because I also live near Long Beach. So at Long Beach Airport, for me, it is, it is an easier airport to get in and out of. It's much easier, and they've renovated it. I don't know about Burbank. I've been to Burbank a long time, but I know they renovated Long Beach. I don't know how.
Yeah, Burbank is they've started construction. They're making a new terminal.
Yeah.
And because it was built so long ago, the reason that I'm talking about this is we picked Mom up from Burbank Airport yesterday.
Hi, Mom. Yes, well, yes.
So she's downstairs with Kima.
Yes.
They just got back from their morning walk, which is nice. And there's all this construction happening. And I said, babe, what is happening? And it's like, oh yeah, they're building new terminals because this was built so long ago that all the buildings are too close to the center of the runways. So they've been grandfathered in apparently, but I guess it's not, good that the buildings are so close to the runway. So I thought, well, what are they going to do with the terminals that they have? We don't know. We don't know what the master plan is, but they're definitely building.
It is, for folks at home, it's called Bob Hope Burbank Airport, just so you guys know. That's how old that shit is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, LAX, same thing. We're going through a lot of renovations right now. My whole neighborhood is going through renovations. Like I can't even say LAX. We got Intuit Dome and all stuff going on here. It's crazy over here. But Long Beach, they did a bunch of renovations about 10 years ago. And it's much nicer. It's still very small, It was JetBlue. I was flying JetBlue.
Yes.
I loved it. I loved it. I mean, it's only 25 minutes from me. So I'm going down there. It's like going, as you said, right, going to Burbank. But going to Long Beach, I don't mind that one. And there's also Ontario. I don't forget Ontario. It's out there. I've floated out of there. That's how big LA is. I mean, this is like the east part of our county out there. It's a cute little small airport too.
Yeah, no, it is. It absolutely is. I've flown out of Long Beach, JetBlue, with the local IBA San Fernando Valley group for our Washington trips. Yeah. We would all fly economy for 5 hours on JetBlue because it was a cheap ticket, and it's a nonprofit, right? So we want to save money where we can. Thank goodness I don't have long legs for a 5-hour flight on a JetBlue jet.
Yes,
and I was much younger then, and you can tolerate so much more.
We do when we're younger,
Yes. Not as much bothered me back then.
Now I want comfort. No, JetBlue, because every once in a while I would get I was a JetBlue member, and I would get like upgrades to their first class. Like, yes. I am a tall person with long legs.
You are.
I would take that big giant seat and just like sit in there.
Like,
just go to the back. See you later.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's funny because on occasion, a rare occasion, folks, let's be honest, I've flown business class or on some of the smaller jets, first class. But there is this sense of entitlement because you're seated first and everybody has to walk by the people in first class, and you're like, do I look? Do I make eye contact? Do I just keep my business?
Oh, I do. I'm with my champagne thing. I'm my glass of wine or champagne. I'm like, you're moving. Nothing to see up here. Just keep moving.
Let's see up here.
Keep moving. And they always say you want to take a drink or something, but you get a drink before you take off. They're like, yes, I need a drink. I hate flying, first of all. They're like, I'll take a drink.
I know that. Yeah. Which is why I mentioned the bar at Burbank.
Yes, I'm sure. The bars are very important. No,
Cocktail.
it's no, but I just want to mention, yeah, Ontario's good. It's just but I remember when I was at Insurance Skill Center, we had to remind ourselves we have to split up because if this plane goes down,
Yeah.
that's our company. There are times we'd meet up and fly together. So like that might not work. And see, and Nick and I flew together all the time. And I was, and then we were like, maybe we should fly separate because if our department was just us, our department, and we go there,
Right.
and the kids, but we lived together and we worked together. And then I was like, it's kind of weird. I was like, so you fly first, and then I go later. I'm like, what do we do?
Yeah.
It was kind of funny, but I always thought that if this plane, because when there was one flight, literally for one of our agribusiness conferences, it was like Casey, Al, Marjorie, me, Nick, and I think the only person missing was Lori. No, Lori's there. This was Marge. No, his Patty was missing, but the rest were all there. We're like, if this plane go down, that's the whole company. And we kind of started laughing. Obviously, the plane didn't go down. I'm here talking to you now as a ghost.
Which is a good thing.
Yes.
Yes.
But we had a good laugh over that. So then after that, we started to kind of lynch her off. So if something happens to one, but I mean, that's one of those morbid things. But it's kind of, we laughed about it. We thought it was kind of funny. Like, oh yeah, we had a good time
Yeah.
flying together, but it was kind of like maybe this is not a good idea. We shouldn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
We should.
Mm.
That's kind of fun. But no, LA. Speaking, I like that. I like that. Speaking of LA, I went to a place that everybody who lives in the valley will say, James, you have to get in your neighborhood. It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram, it's on this, it's on YouTube. It's a place called Storm Burger.
Storm Burger.
Storm Burger. It's newish. It's been out for a year now. My sister and them tried it a year ago, but I hadn't gone yet. I mean, I like burgers. I'm not a huge burger fan. I like burgers, so that's something.
Oh.
But there's always a line, and it's here in an area where it's Inglewood on one side, LA on the other. That's how I live. Inglewood has a weird border. It's like it stops and starts. It's in Ladera Heights, which is a nicer neighborhood of Los Angeles, and blah blah. But it's on the corner, and so every time I drive by it a million times. There's always a line. It's always a line. So we went there. I said, I should try it. Everybody seems like, James, you try it. So I went and tried it. I did my review. So as we know, the review is up on social media. And the burger is like a smash burger. It's like like smash burger. It's also like what's my other place I like? Us Shake Shack. I like Shake Shack.
I like Shake Shack. I love their custard shake.
The shakes are good, yes.
And it's not good enough that it's a shake. It has to have custard in it to make it really thick and yummy.
Yes. Yeah, this Stormburger, this shake was, but the secret, folks, the secret weapon, fries.
Oh, I love French fries. Tell me about the French fries, James.
Oh, they make you want to slap your mother, her mother's mother. They're that good. They must have been cooked in the same grease as like the hamburger. They were flavorful. They weren't salty. They were flavorful. They were nice thick size, crispy, light, but it was the flavor of them. Like I didn't even need ketchup.
Wow.
Because some fries you need some ketchup.
Right.
Some fries are just salty, and I like some salty fries, but these were not salty. They were flavorful. I'll make that clear. They were flavorful. They had taste to them.
Wow.
It was delicious. Also this weekend, on a side note, speaking of food, I'm hungry right now. I went to a place called the Coffee Company, which I like. It's by the airport also, LAX airport. And it's packed all the time. We get there at a certain time. We get there. I got an order of shrimp and grits. The shrimps were big. They were big. They weren't little babies. They were big shrimps. And the grits were creamy. And they had cheese and bacon bits on them.
Wow.
Oh,
Now, for folks who are not going to see James, I don't quite think I could describe the look on James's face. His eyes are closed and his head is tossing from the left side to the right side as he's introducing a new description of the food he's talking about.
woo.
And he does look like he's in a dream state.
It was dreamy. I think I liked
So
it.
cute.
It was good. So I think I'm just going to LA. But no, but LA is what my sister and I try to do is every couple of weekends we get a chance on a Saturday. Like I always said, we go somewhere. We
Yeah,
drive
good.
east or south or north. And just because LA County is so huge and the counties next to it, San
Mhm.
Bernardino, San Fernando, and it's just like it's just huge. So we don't mind. We'll fill up the gas tank and we'll just go and check someone else out. And sometimes it's like going to another state. And LA, I mean, LA has its own distinct stuff. The Valley is not LA. LA is a whole different. A Valley is a very different look. It's a very different feel.
Yes.
Than and even South LA has a very different feel and very different. The beach cities have a very different feel than inland. It's like it's a very different. I don't know about you, but I love like Pasadena, San Marino, Altadena.
Mhm.
It's a pretty beautiful tree-lined street parts over there. People don't even realize that. Well,
Yes. Yes.
it's
And
just
there,
all
that's old money over there. Pasadena, San Marino,
oh,
that's old money.
woo. Yes, indeed.
And they have such a rich history in the arts,
Yes,
and so if people don't think about Pasadena in that regard, but yeah, they have a rich history. Um, and it's the one thing I like about Pasadena is it's always clean, because where I live, it's not, the streets aren't really swept, it's not clean. And so you go to another town, you're like, wow. Because I don't know if you notice this, but when I drive out of LA County and into Orange County, like on the 5 maybe, it's like you entered utopia. It's totally different. Totally different.
it is. I was in Orange County 2 weekends ago, so I do know it's very clean.
Yes. And so I don't know what happened to Los Angeles. Like how did our freeways and our streets just get so dirty?
Because we're dirty.
Where are the street sweepers?
I see them, but I don't think they're doing nothing. I don't know. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Wait, so when you were in, I got now I'm gonna change the subject, but not change the subject. We're going back in time. When you were in high school, did you just stay in the Valley, or did you come to Hollywood or in LA at all to party?
Very rarely did
Okay.
we go over. And Westwood was kind of like the hot place
That's
for
Westwood.
us when we
Yes,
were in high school to go. So a lot of my friends would go over the hill.
us
You know,
too.
yeah. The funny thing though is I was never drawn to go over the hill.
How funny.
I had friends who every weekend they could not wait
Yeah, yeah,
to go into Westwood and
yes,
Hollywood and West
yeah.
Hollywood and I just never understood it.
Oh wow.
I've been to parties, certainly, but I don't know. I just didn't travel. It wasn't important to me, I guess.
Okay, okay.
And Simi Valley, which is, is another neighboring county,
Yeah.
was what is that place? So I had a friend take me to see me once, and I'm like, God, it's like barren out here. I mean, this is going back, folks, but it's been built up, and it's Simi Valley is very nice now. But when you're a 17-year-old,
Really good. Yes.
you know, you're looking around going, what is out here? Just like there's just houses. There wasn't a lot happening in Simi at the time.
Because do you remember Maryland's?
No,
I believe Maryland's was out in the Valley, or at least in the Valley, because that was one. It was a new wave club for
no,
teenagers.
we would go dancing. We had a number of clubs in the valley
Yeah,
and we would go dancing all the time.
yeah,
And they had like teen clubs where there
yes,
was no alcohol, when you can go, like a 16, 17-year-old could go
yeah.
and dance and have fun with their friends. And it wasn't like trying to get into a bar. So I
Now,
enjoyed that.
now Melissa says that with a straight face. I'm just saying that they were Yes, they were set up. They didn't say they didn't serve you alcohol at these places. But somehow I had been drinking when I went to some of these clubs at 16, 17 years old.
I was not going to open that can of worms up because, there's always a way where there's a will.
That's why I'm laughing. I'm just like, that's pretty fake. 'Cause you're right. They didn't serve alcohol. They didn't
No,
serve.
it was a
Right,
teenage dance hall.
right, right. I'm just
We
laughing.
thought we were so cool back then. Cloves. Do you remember Cloves?
What?
Cloves. Do you remember Cloves?
Yes. Oh my
That
God.
was a big thing at the dance scene, is
I haven't
smoking cloves.
smoked cigarettes in years. That is, I gotta write that down. I They smelled good. That was
They
number one.
did. I thought so anyway.
Okay, let's go back for a second. This is my birthday, so we go back for a second. So, because hey, James, say two, you get me all excited. They close, like, oh my God. Okay, so the first cigarette I ever smoked was a Newport. Everybody was smoking Newports. Was
Okay.
that the same case for you guys too? Was it Newports? Or was it Marlboro
No,
Reds?
it was not Newports. Marlboro were really big,
Yes,
and Benson and Hedges.
yes.
Remember Benson and Hedges?
I did. I did. Oh my God.
Menthol cigarettes. Who was it? Somebody in my family smoked menthol cigarettes, and it was like for
I
me,
did.
like, I can't.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We say cloves. I have not thought about that in a
Yeah,
quadrillion years. You're right. That was a big thing.
it was a big thing. Yeah,
It was.
absolutely. Yeah,
Which I used to go to Florentine Gardens. That was a big one in Hollywood.
I remember that one.
Yes, that was huge. It was huge. And it was high
Yes.
energy. It was high energy dance music. Me and my girlfriend together. My girlfriend used to go there all the time. Well, actually, no. And no, the quotes are out. She was my girlfriend at the time. Yes, and
That face.
it was like she was my girlfriend. I had a couple girlfriends. Anywho, but Florentine Gardens, besides what I said, Maryland's was in the Valley. Florentine Gardens. Then we used to see, because I'm here. We used to go down to Knott's Berry Farm to Cloud Nine. That was
I've never been. I was never there.
and Videopolis at Disneyland. You remember that one?
No,
So those are
no.
like, again, I'm down here. So we're talking Orange County, we're talking Buena Park, and we're talking
Right,
County.
right.
So we would drive down there sometimes. Again, I remember seeing Wang Chung live
Mm,
at Videopolis and Mr.
wow.
Okay, that's how old I am. But I mean, Florentine Gardens was the high energy teen.
Yes.
We would go there and dance all stuff, and that was a big deal. And that building's still there. It's there somewhere on Hollywood Boulevard. I can't remember where it is. Over there. But Maryland's was the one that was the new wave, and it's like, oh my God, like totally. That was what we always went to see. For us, we to see the white girls. That was always the thing. We to see the white girls, see what they're doing. And I love the music, so I was all in. And my brother, may he rest in peace. Max was crazy. I did whatever he told me to do. Just like, we're going here. Okay, we're going this way. Okay, we're gonna go. We would always change it up, and so we weren't afraid because I had friends in the Valley. My older sisters went to Patrick Henry Junior High School
Oh my goodness.
and Granada Hills High School.
Yes. Wow.
So they had a ton of, and they were cheerleaders.
Of
They had
course.
a ton of friends. There were only black ones there, but they had a ton of friends out there. And I went to Sherman Oaks Elementary School for the first couple of years.
Okay.
And one of my famous classmates was Erin Murphy, who played Tabitha on Bewitched.
Oh, very
We still talk actually. But I went there. But so we had friends in the Valley. Then we also had friends in the hood because we lived in the hood. Then we had
Mhm.
friends in LA. And then we had some friends in a lot of my friends who were out like in Downey and Southgate. They would go to, because literally it's like one quick little freeway. You're down at Disneyland. So that's why I said Videopolis, Cloud Nine, and Knott's Berry Farms, and we would go to dance. And again, they didn't serve alcohol. I mean, these places are family.
Yeah,
It was just, and it's funny they don't do that. They don't have that anymore. I think we had all that teen stuff
we did.
back then.
Yeah,
It was a big teen scene.
there was. It was between roller skating and dancing,
Yes,
right? There was a lot. There was a lot to do
there
as
was.
teenagers.
There was actually, like you said, something about that. I haven't thought about this in a long time, but you're right. It's like God, I was a disco skater. I was a speed skater. I was a back
I bet you
skater.
were.
I had my tennis shoe skates, the big
I
stompers.
did too.
Oh, I know. Like, God, we used to go skating too. Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
so funny that you're right about that. So, but we weren't afraid to go to the valley every once in a while or go somewhere else and just try. I was a group hopper anyway. I like to see other scenes. And then when I started working for the record store, remember folks record stores, uh,
Mm,
with the Music Plus records. Then we started going to Sunset Strip, and that's a whole other story.
yeah.
And hanging out, I should have been hanging out
Bet
there, but
there's some good stories.
I had a good time. We had a good time.
Yeah.
I think about it. It's funny. Me and my brother JR saw this the other day. He's like, because I remember you used to come home and tell me all these stories. Like we would come home and tell these stories. But it was like, I mean, I would never, don't try this at home. Don't do this today. I don't condone it now. But back then, I'm sorry. I feel like Gen X, we were in charge of ourselves. We took care of ourselves. We did it,
Well,
and
we were, but we talked about the latchkey, right?
yes,
I
yes.
think that just posted.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, just posted on Monday. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, we were very different. Our households were very different. Um, and I'm kind of grateful for that because there's a great independence, right? That comes from getting out and starting a little bit younger. Um, the other thing I was going to say is that the rock and roll scene, right? Clubs were big in the valley. I don't know about over the hill, but we would have the Troubadour, the Whiskey a Go-Go's over the hill. We would have, there was other clubs here in the valley.
Yes.
And comedy. So it was comedy, rock bands, skating, and dance halls.
Yeah.
That was all going on when when I was a teenager.
And same
So
here.
we had a lot to do.
Well, people also don't realize there was also a little bit of a downtown scene too. There was Madame Wong's West, a couple of things down there that I used to go to. I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers the first time in '84 in some downtown LA. There was just like there was a scene,
Yeah.
and there was a total scene. And like I said, the Valley, because I was bussed out there, my sisters continued to stay out there. I had a connection to the Valley because I always tell people a lot of times it was very much Valley folk, LA proper, Orange County. The twain should not meet most of the time. But there were a few of us, if we had a connection or a family member or like our parents get divorced, someone lives over here, then you start making friends in different places. And I think, or if you got jobs in high school, I had jobs in high school.
Right.
They meet like, where do you live? Oh, I'll come with you after work and we'll hang out. So, and I remember back in the day, I mean, and this went into the 90s when I used to come back to visit. I left after high school. I would come visit and all the after parties and the after party this. And I mean, and some of them were in the Valley and some of them were in Hollywood Hills. Some of them, like I went to a few of those. But I just remember growing up, even when I was even when I was in junior high school, back when we had junior high schools, um, there was still after school dances. We had after school. I was a dancing fool. I mean, I was always winning competitions and going out there. And it was I was out there working it out. But you're right. There was something to do afterwards, and you had a choice. You could hang out in the streets, I guess, obviously, whatever. But and like I said, a lot of us did go to work. A lot of us got part-time jobs while we were in high school. And sometimes we had to, some of us just had to. It wasn't like I was like, you want class rings and shit, you better go get a job. So I had to get a job and pay for that. And a lot of our jobs were, they were not hard. I mean, trust me. I mean, my jobs were not. I was a day camp counselor at once. I mean, like they were fun, whatever. We got paid a little bit of money and get excited. But it was but a lot of us worked, so we had a little bit of freedom because we could pay for
our own money.
Your own money.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's a little different. I think. I can't pay for nothing now. I'm grown. I can't pay for nothing anymore. I'm on Temu going $5. I'll take it. No, but I think, but it's just funny that for me, a lot of my friends either stayed just in those groups or we'd move around. I was like, I'll go to the rally. I had a bar. I get along with everybody, so I'm here to have a good time. I was a good time girl. I was got to have a good time, and I love music. I love music. I like people, and I'm just like, I like seeing different types of people and how they react to the stuff. And I was all about the fashion and the hair. I had my Guess jacket, my stonewashed Guess jacket.
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
my stuff, whatever, like all like crazy crap. My penny loafers,
Uh-huh.
that
Uh-huh.
crazy stuff. I used to like all this stuff. Another day I thought about the other day. Express is filing bankruptcy. And I was
I
like,
saw that. I
they're still in business.
did.
Like, you're still in business?
I
Like they're still in business?
That's a really long run for a retail chain. Seriously, that's a long run.
Girl, I dated someone who worked at Express back when it was Structure. And
Oh my
that was like
gosh, yeah.
the mid 90s, girl. Mid 90s.
Yeah.
Because it was I'm blanking out on the female parts. It was
The female parts?
well, because there was no, because there was oh there was Express for women. It was no, it was like it was Express Structure. Then it became Express. Never mind, Express was the name. I remember I had friends who worked at Express. I had mall jobs too, so we worked at Express. While I worked at Music Plus Records, they worked over here at this place and Piercing Pagoda and whatever, and Miller's Outpost.
Miller's Outpost,
Yeah,
yes.
my friend Michelle Miller's
Wow.
Outpost, selling them jeans, girl, selling them jeans.
Wow.
And Chess King and Club Monaco and all these places. Um, and the guest store in Benetton. I mean, folks,
Yes.
I was at the Sherman Oaks Galleria almost every other weekend. That was the Galleria in LA to go to.
It was.
Seriously, before Beverly Center, before
Yeah.
Westfield, Culver City, the Galleria was like the place to go to.
It was the place. Absolutely. It was. We were all there.
I probably saw you a million times. I didn't know who you were.
I know, probably.
I saw you. I'm like, I know who's that chick. Let me friends her later. Okay. I'm gonna know her later. Okay, got it. It was the Galleria. I mean, I saw an article about the Galleria next. It's very different now, and it's a show of its former self at this point now. It's mostly businesses and whatever stuff in there. And I feel sad. I'm like, that was the place to go to in the 80s.
It was. It was the place to go to. And so where I live, 5 miles up Topanga Canyon, we've now got the Topanga Mall.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Which is they put a ton of money in. They've got this whole social thing going on.
I was there.
Liquor. Yeah. How did you? I haven't been yet.
Okay. We're gonna make this gonna be a little longer episode, folks, because I don't want to end this conversation. Okay. So my sister and brother, we wanted to go to a place called D-Town Pizzeria.
Okay.
They hadn't built the one in West Hollywood yet. They were building it. But I heard this is the best pizza on earth. So we said this one to Topanga, Westfield. We're like, I love Topanga. It was far for us, but we're like, we'll drive out there on a Saturday. We drive out there, and folks, I'm telling you, it's two parts. It's like the old Del Amo Mall in Torrance, where it was like it was like this, you take a trolley to get around. They have trolley service and stuff. It's huge. Yep. Just one side is just like it's over here. But over here, we pull in, set wall to wall. There's no parking. No parking anywhere. No parking at all. I see the social thing. So we did valet parking, and we're already out here. I'm getting my pizza. I don't give to whatever. We get my pizza. So you go in, cute little outside area. You go inside, and it's like a giant, fancier food court. Mm-hmm. And what you do is they don't take cash.
Oh.
What you do is you buy like a gift card.
Okay.
And use it at each place. Oh. That's how they get you. And it was beautiful. I mean, everybody's friendly and smiley, and but they don't take it. So folks don't take any cash, not in there to pay for stuff. So this is good for you to know. I think you can pay with your credit card, I think, but I know for sure you can buy a gift card, load money on it. And they want you to go around and you do all the food. Yeah. And I got my pizza. It was the bomb. But it was such a cute, and you can sit outside or inside.
Right. And it's right next door to the AMC theater that they just built.
Yep.
Really nice.
Yes.
So I have to go because friends are like, oh my God, you can go hang out and have a couple drinks and eat like different foods. And it's really kind of a fun thing. And then across the street, right, is the Village. So you have the Topanga Mall and the Village. And then you have the promenade that sits next to the Village that has died. Yes. And the promenade was going to put Topanga Mall out of business, but that did not prove to happen.
No.
So, so we have two big malls that are literally across the street from one another.
They are.
We kind of got it going on right now with the mall thing on
I love
the
it.
very
No,
west end of the valley.
I said I was there. No, oh my God. Okay, folks. Live on the show, I just got a text from a former insurance skill set employee that I'm friends with still, Sharon Spray. And
Okay.
she just said, countdown to 55 for it. She turns 55 in July.
I
That's
turned 55 in
that.
July.
Yeah, you too. I know. So I just got like, oh my God. I'm just gonna tell her,
That
yes,
is so funny.
2 weeks for me. For me. That's so funny. She's thinking of another person I met during the insurance world.
Yeah.
That she just happened to just text me now about that. That's so funny. I'm like, that's okay, that's crazy. So we'll end it here. I can talk this stuff forever. This is Coffee and Conversation with James
Melissa.
and I think everybody at home who's been telling me on my other shows how much they love this show. People are like, I love this show. Oh my God, you guys are so great. So continue to watch. I've seen the numbers. We're going up, up, and up. So continue to watch. Continue to follow. And also, I want to give a shout out to LinkedIn. I'm back on LinkedIn, folks. So, folks, I'm moving on. I'm moving my way up back in there again. I was hacked, and I had to start over. So if you're on LinkedIn, follow me, James Law Jr. with all my letters after my name. Follow me there. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you next time.